Welcome back to another episode of TC Speech. Well, happy Tuesday. Now, we're a day late. Honestly, we had a big weekend and as in mentally, physically, not like big weekend on the gear, mate. Not one of those weekends. And honestly, we're just we were kind of just weren't in that creativity mood. Yes, I'm like, look, let's just delay it a day and let's do it the next day. So apologies for being a little bit off there on the usual schedule, but I think in the future maybe we just I don't know. We do these podcasts again. It's really got to come from that creative state when I really have something I want to say. That's when we feel my best episodes, and that's what I want to deliver to you through this. So, but look, today's episode, I want to do a little bit back and forth with Michaela, and I want to reflect on just on the weekend. Michaela competed in her first powerlifting competition. If you follow us on social media, then I know we've been talking about this quite a fair bit, but just there's so many lessons and there's so many lessons and reminders for us that we just keep going through when we do all this shit for ourselves. And I just want to share it with you because I really think you'll get so much from it. And the biggest thing about this is all the things I'm going to speak about today is you can and you must go and do these things immediately right now in your life for free. People think they need to go on they need to go start the business. They need to have this big structured plan to better themselves. But it's just so simple. And our goal and mission, the way we're just restructuring everything in our life, in our business, in our content and everything. I just want to build the most simple systems for people in everything. I know systems can sound scary, but in everything, in life, in your gym routine, business, everything, and just make it so fucking simple so anyone can just plug in and do it. And it's so simple, and I want to just give it to you. But the couple of things that I want to just start on this is we've realized this year that if we aren't challenging ourselves, we aren't growing. If we aren't challenging ourselves, we aren't, really sort of satisfied or don't really feel fulfilled. And I really think it's really hit me this year. It's if you're not feeling any sort of fulfillment, there is no happiness. I really sort of think that fulfillment is happiness, not just happiness by itself. That's where I sort of, that's where I sort of think it's come from. And I think people sort of put down once you sort of make it and freedom, whatever, it comes down to just not working. So many people just put that down, just oh, once I make it, I'll just stop. And I think that's probably the biggest, worst mindset that you could ever have is that. And it's when you really uncover the layers, it really is kind of the starter pack of having a broke mindset that you don't really know. Because people say, oh, I win the lottery, I'll just go sit on the Himalayas and just
You mean the Hamilton Island? Himalayas is a salt.
Is that a pink salt?
Yeah.
Well, imagine an island full of pink salt. It'd be fucking, what is it, near Madura? Pink Lake? I could retire there.
Mudra.
I don't know. Someone fact check me on that. I don't really know. But off my point is, yeah, that's just what we've really noticed. And I just see this missing in so many people because people, instead of running towards the challenges, people just want to run away and are scared of it. And this is where I want this to make sense here. This is where you stay comfortable, you stay small without doing these things. You can't grow. You literally can't grow. But this will come from you because for you, sorry, I did my Project Visible Abs over the last, 4 months. And I just said to you, I'm just look, we need to challenge yourself because the biggest thing that I did, look, if you want to create a brand, so I'm drinking my Ukon tea. If you want to create something for yourself by just by authentically being you, it's just sharing your real authentic life and journey and being hey, I'm currently here. I'm going here. Here's why. Show the steps in between and basically just showing you you're not full of shit. And this is how you're going to inspire other people and find your people by you just doing the thing because you're most qualified. You're most qualified to help the old version of yourself. This is what people don't really realize. They think oh, no one's going to listen to me and no one's going to follow my story. You don't understand how many people are in a similar situation to yourself. And by you just going and doing the thing, you are then qualified to do it. I think the skepticism comes from these days because people try and skip that step. They try and teach the thing or say they can do the thing before they've done the thing, if that makes sense. So you're always going to be most qualified to help the person that you that you used to be. But like to be able to do this, you need to go through a growth period. And for yourself, it's like, look, like what's something you haven't done in, like, we need to challenge yourself. Like you need to like break through some fucking mental blocks, mental beliefs. Like I just always look at you, I'm like, bro, you're so much more confident, like so much more capable and competent than you think. And like, you know, you sort of be like, I don't know like sharing this, but like, you're obsessed about getting these fucking new shoes. You kept showing like, oh, the hot girls wear this, and relax.
Can I just put into context?
Let me speak. You can have your moment. Let me have my moment.
No, just so they know what those shoes they are.
The 55-year-old New Balance tennis shoes.
The New Balance 9060s that look like, you think they look like a cow hoof or a
I didn't say a cow hoof. I just think they just look fucking, I don't know. I just look at them like they look like a dirty nan's shoe that she'd like go out and water the garden with. But it's like, because his hot girl era is wearing it. I'm just like, I'm not down. I'm like, I just don't fucking see it. But what I'm trying to say to you, I'm like, hey, like, do you know what? Like, why don't you wear a fucking shoe? And like, why don't you go and be the fucking person where people go, fuck, I want to wear that shoe that Michaela fucking wears. I'm like, I don't think you realize how much you can inspire people by you just showing up. Like when people see you, I'm like trying to encourage you to show up more. And that was kind of a part of them. Like, but you need to challenge yourself. And do you want to talk?
I want to say something about the shoes.
I'm trying to get past the shoe thing.
So when I'm at the gym, mainly it was at like Fitness Cartel because there's so much more volume of people there and hot girls. So you can see the girls who, I am a hot girl. You can see the girls who have the New Balances, and then there's girls who have the shoes that I have now, which are Metcons, which are way better for lifting in. So the hot girls with the New Balances, I'm like, well, they're prioritizing their looks over their lifts. But then the hot girls with the Metcons, I was like, well, they're prioritizing their lifting. Their shoes look like the shoes are still great, but they're prioritizing their lifting.
You girls think about shoes way. You put way too much thought.
I love shoes.
Into shoes. Anyway, back to my point. I was like, look, what's something you just haven't done in ages? It's like, you know, that you kind of miss and excites you because you've been going through a fat loss journey for, you know, same time as me, you know, 3-4 months. And as a woman, it's been like a little bit slower, but you haven't missed, and you sort of got to a little bit of a plateau there, and you sort of started to become a little bit like results driven, like whatever the scale said that would like affect your mood. And I'm like, hey, like this, we can't do this. And it's the same in business. As soon as you just become fully results driven and that's it, everything just really sort of starts to go against you. So I'm like, look, let's get your mind off that. Like, I'm like, look, you used to like squat, deadlift, press, like back in the CrossFit days. I'm like, do you miss that? Like having your lifters on, your belt, and you're kind of like, well, I'm like, I never fucking see you do that. I'm like, you're so good at it. And you're like, well, yeah, I do. I'm like, well, why don't you? How's this? Like, why don't you like go and do a powerlifting competition? You kind of like, you were like up for the challenge. You're like, oh shit. Like I could, it took you.
I thought you were about to say like a weightlifting comp, which is Olympic lifting.
Yeah, no, not Olympic. Yeah.
And but because you said powerlifting, I was like, oh, I could.
Yeah, squat, bench, and deadlift. So, and yeah, it took you a week or two. I had to remind you, hey, have you done it? You done it? Like, let's, find a.
Oh, I didn't think I'd find one. I didn't think there would be a novice. I didn't think it was a thing.
I said, find a gym, register, and you have to hold yourself publicly accountable and say, hey, here's what I'm doing. This is what you do. Your public accountability is the best. I learned this from Dan Martell. He's my coach, our coach at the moment. And it's just like, you hold yourself publicly accountable, then you start to get that external pressure of people like, hey, like they opt into the journey. And it was really crazy to see this in real life for yourself. And it's like, not everyone wants to see gym content all the time. I don't give a fuck. We go to gym every single day. But like, just, you like, yeah, like, okay, so you entered and you had 5 weeks. It's like, okay, let's figure this out.
I would have loved to have more time to prepare. But in saying that, having the shorter time frame made it just come around so quickly.
Yeah, so I got into
exciting,
and we don't know what we're doing. Like we lift, like I guess we've got a lot of knowledge, I guess, over our years of just lifting. But I programmed ChatGPT to be the Australian strength coach, and we punch all the numbers in, and we got a bit of a program, and we fucking started lifting that day.
And we basically hit the numbers. Well, we did. We hit the numbers that I set out, except for my squat. I was 5 kilos off my squat, but if I had more time, I definitely would have got back to that 100 kilo that I got.
And just a fun fact on that. You do know that you can like ChatGPT where you're asking like how to cook your noodles and like all this shit that is just Like you're using the most powerful tool in the world for like fucking nothing.
Rubbish.
Absolutely rubbish. You do know you can, like whoever your favorite person is, celebrity, influencer, coach, whatever, you do know that you can go and like prompt that to be like your coach for, maybe it could be the best noodle cooker in the world. You can literally like, hey, make me a 5-minute ebook, make me a 5-10 minute coaching class on whatever, speak to me as this person. Like you can literally just prompt it to be who the fuck you want it to be, and like coaching, they speak like that person. It will literally tap into as much information and knowledge as it can about that person, like coach you from that. That's what I believe. Like these, again, not going off topic here, the people that are selling information, like these people that like this packaging information and selling the courses about doing it, I think these people are going to be dead now and the next, you know, they're still going to exist, but like just
business is going to cease, not they're going to be dead.
Yeah, no, no, their businesses. There's just no place for it because information is everywhere. So if you're just selling information, I feel like there's just no room for that. So like we're just really starting just like to give away our stuff for free, and it's like people will pay for human connection. They'll pay for you to help you implement the things that you've done, but like people want human connection, community, real products. These are the things that's going to thrive in, you know, in the years to come. But basically, we just figured it out. And what I realized, what I'm like wanted to talk about today is like just watching you shop every single day. You just took the challenges on, and like it was like a new version. Like for you, I just wanted to really like unlock some new mental strengths, because like you really sort of like doubt yourself a lot, especially when it comes to lifting, and even just, you know, sometimes I think what other people think of you, how they might sort of see you. And I'm just like, bro, like don't be so hard on yourself. And just seeing you go through that, and like, you know, you're filming the videos, like you're really fucking into it, and just showing the journey. And then over the weekend, like going on to, you know, through the weekend, it's like when we get there and it's like all the chairs and everything set up, and like these big fucking people there, like Jesus and machines there. And it's like then like once the nerves kick in, like the nerves, it's like, fuck, like, you know, the scary part of it like really kicks in, and you just showed up. Honestly, like I thought you were going to shit yourself and like possibly cry. But like you showed up way more stronger than I thought. It's just really like,
bro, I used to dance on stage.
Yeah, I get it, but it's completely different. It's completely different. But just going through that, it could tell you're nervous, but it's like, you know, you'd put in enough work. We'd work closely enough to go in, you know, as confident as possible. And it just really brought me and you like together more. It's something we could really sort of go on. You know, we went on this journey together, but like, from seeing you go through this, like instantly now, like you're a different person. Like mission accomplished.
That's how I feel. I feel like I've accomplished something.
But like go deeper into that. Like how do you feel? Like, you know, like mentally, the belief in yourself. Like just give me a little bit of a raw sort of answer on that. Just what feels different and why.
I think this kind of doesn't really answer your question, but just going back to Sunday, I think I had higher expectations for myself because I really wanted that 100 kilo squat. But in saying that, I barely even got 90. I got 90 once, I think, through my lead up to it. So going for that 100 just, it wouldn't have, I don't think I would have got it. So I think we did really well playing it safe. Going 90, 92 and a half, and then 95. That was great.
I hope you're enjoying the episode. Look, I'm not sure how much you know about our story, but back in 2020 when the world shut down, I had to close my self-employed remedial massage business. This left us at a very bad time. We only had $5,700 to our name. This is all we had to experience to realize that we had no freedom, no choices, and no money. I made the promise to Mikhail this would never happen again, even though at the time I had no plan. This is when I was introduced to high ticket sales by my best mate. We started this at the most busiest, craziest time in our lives, but within 12 months, I'd replaced both our incomes. I was able to get Mikhail out of our full-time childcare and shut my self-employed business down. Most people don't realize this is all before we purchased our first ever caravan. So since 2021, I've been traveling Australia full-time, traveling the world. Our story has gone and naturally inspired other people and being able to help others achieve similar results in literally half the time. If you're feeling the pinch of the cost of living, this has changed so much and gotten so much worse since 2020, which is what motivated us to create the change. We have hundreds of conversations a month of people missing time out with their partner, their kids. They're wanting more freedom, more choices. This is exactly who we created TC Legacy for. If this sounds like you, go across our Instagram at traveling.campers, give us a follow, DM us the word freedom so we know you come from today's episode. We'll send you across our blueprint of exactly how we did it and exactly how it can work for you.
I think the thing I'm disappointed with is that I really didn't look at the rules close enough and practice those cues. Really, it was only the bench. Like everything else was fine.
Yeah.
I got all the cues for everything else perfectly. It was just because of that bench.
Yeah. No, you did amazing. But like, I just want to hear like what was going through your head before, during, after now. Like, what's the difference? Again, mentally, belief in yourself. How do you feel?
Okay,
talk about the emotions. Let's get into the crazy shit.
Leading up to it, I just wanted to make sure I had that strength behind me and the confidence in lifting the weight, because I knew in that 5 weeks I wasn't really going to build much strength. I mean, I did definitely a little bit, but it was more about confidence in that 5 weeks. I knew I could lift the weights. Yeah, it was just building the confidence leading up to it and enjoying the process, which was amazing because each day I went into the gym, I just basically cycled between one day was squats, one day was bench, one day was deadlifts. And I never knew that I could spend literally a whole hour doing one movement. Like we would be in the gym for an hour and you'd be like, you ready to go? And I'd just be like, I've only done one thing.
But let's just touch on that. So do you feel that's because you've got more of a purpose to the plan now?
Yeah, because a lot of the time in the gym I would just like rush through. I'd be like, okay, I've got to do this, tick that off. Whereas I had more like you said, purpose when I was doing my squat. So I'd build up to a heavy weight, but I'd take time making sure I was warmed up properly, making sure that I would go through each weight properly, not just jump to it quite a heavy weight. And then once I did, I do a few reps and few sets at a top weight that I would select. Usually it was around 85, 80, just to get a couple of reps in. And then maybe I'd do a couple of singles. But then I'd strip that weight back and I would do holds and like accessory work with a lighter weight.
Yeah. So this is like a good point. It's like, this is how I was feeling as well. It's like, if you just go into the gym, or let's just like stop the gym for a minute. Like if you're just going to work, just going through life with no sort of clear vision of what you really sort of truly want, like you do just kind of feel a bit lost and unfulfilled and kind of have that lack of purpose because like there is no clear plan and clear vision. And this is just, I'm trying to break this down very simply because it gave us a whole new like perspective and outlook on and reason why.
Because but prior to this, I was just going to the gym, just kind of doing whatever I felt like. Usually I'd probably just always train booty because I enjoy it, but
that's what the hot girls and the New Balances do.
That's what the hot girls do. They train booty.
But just like, again, like now it gives you that really clear of like, hey, like I'm going to the gym for intention. And like what you can all, what want the people to listening to, like what happened, let's go back 5-6 years ago. It's like, once you have a clear plan of where you're going and why, you start to enjoy and show up differently each day. That's when people say it's like, I fucking hate my job and fuck this and fuck that. I'm like, man, like when you have a plan and you're working towards that plan every single day, you start to enjoy the job that you have now. It's like, well, I need this job to fund that. I need this job, to keep food on the table and also to fund where I'm going, my side business, my gym membership, like whatever it is. Like, so you start to treat that differently as well. And I think if you're just like hating on fucking everything and miserable, it's generally because people don't have a plan. So this is where, again, like I'm saying, like once you have the plan, have the clear steps, you start to show up differently in all avenues of your life every single day. Now let's go into the fears. Like, what was like the emotions and fears you sort of went through in the lead up?
I guess it was, like I didn't want to disappoint myself. I didn't want to disappoint you. I didn't want to embarrass myself. And I was my biggest fear was that I was going to be there and I would be lifting the lightest weights out of everyone. Like I was expecting everybody else to be lifting like 200 kilos, like way more than me. But I was lifting more than some of the, I'm going to say pros, but they're just APL members, I guess, is the only difference. They're not actual pros. So that was pretty cool. That was a cool feeling when we got there and I saw that there were, girls only benching 37 kilos. I was like, wow, I can bench more than that.
Yeah. I think we're getting a bit of fucking ego over
Yeah,
here.
I think my head grew a little bit bigger.
Fuck, this is not the purpose of today's episode.
But it gave me more confidence.
Yeah.
That and I saw the girls who were doing these lighter weights and like you could see they were having a crack and like good on them. Like everyone was cheering them on and I thought like, yeah, I thought the same, like good on them.
I think it just shows like people really chase like perfectionism. It's like I need to be
That's
this.
me.
Yeah, perfectionism and like I'm not going to be the best, whatever. But like
I get that from you.
yeah, well, but like you just need to fucking have a go. And when you realize it's like, hey, most people aren't even looking at me and really giving a fuck. Everyone's just here to have a go and do their best. Like
yeah, and that's the thing. The crowd and the your people competing against you. Everyone just wants to see you do your best and like they're cheering you on to lift what you're about to lift.
An interesting thing, it's like it's the people that were struggling, or like you could tell it was like, that lift really meant something to them, and they really put everything into them. The room would light up. Just the people that are going out that's doing the perfect lifts, piece of piss, is kind of like, it was just quiet. Like,
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, it's like, so when you go out there, a little bit sloppy, a little bit messy, but it's like, fuck, they're clearly having a fucking go and holy shit, that meant something to them. That's when people really got fired up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You realize that?
Oh, and like I felt like the whole room was cheering me on for some of my lifts.
But yeah, so it's like you just think it's like people are going to be more inspired by you because like you're clearly just fucking, having a go. But like now it's all done and dusted. Like how do you sort of feel? Like what are the feelings and emotions? I know there's like you felt very happy after it, but like what?
Yeah,
just now it's been a couple of days. Like just how do you feel now? Maybe like more about yourself. What are you looking forward to next? Just give us a bit of a raw insight on that.
So I just want to go back because I feel like I skipped a little bit on the day. I don't really remember what I was feeling on the actual day. I think I was just kept thinking like I just want to lift. My main thing I was so nervous about was the squats, and like once I got through that, I was like I'm fine. But during the actual lifts, I was just like, I just want to get it. I don't want to fail. Like that's the only thing I was thinking doing the lifts. But now a few days later, I'm feeling sore. I'm very sore. I really struggled walking yesterday. Now it's just pretty much all in my back. But other than that, like I feel really happy. I kind of feel like, what am I going to do when I go into the gym? Like I don't have that purpose, but obviously I do because I've got my fat loss phase I'm still wanting to get through. And I'm excited to do something like that again, and I'm excited to see you do something like that. Even if we did something like that together, that would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling satisfied. I feel like I've accomplished something and I feel really proud of myself.
That's cool. And when I said to him, like, hey, are we doing another one? You're like, 100%. Where like you're so sort of nervous to do it. But then like once you did it, it's like, holy shit.
And then yesterday I was like, no, I'm so sore. I don't want to do it. But no, I do. I definitely do want to do something like that again.
But I think this just shows, and again, like this has gone back to a couple of lessons that I've said over the years. It's like, you gotta once, it's always the first time you're just so fucking afraid, scared. Like you said, you're doubting yourself. It's like, what are people going to be thinking? Am I going to be the worst person in the room? Like it's all this external.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's what all the things I was thinking.
It's all these external thoughts and pressure that really you just put on yourself.
Well, you heard me say to the owner of the gym, I was like, oh, like, have you got members of your gym competing in the novice section? Because in my head I'm like, oh, people who go to his gym would be strong AF, like so yeah. I'm thinking, oh, and I even said, oh, I'm just so worried, like I'll have my baby weights.
Yeah, again, what are people gonna think of me?
Yeah,
all this shit. But when you get there, it's like as long as you're in the, and this just shows like when you're in the right environment, it's like, hey, you're just there. You're not sitting on the sidelines. You're in the arena having a go. The right community and the right environment are going to be, they're going to just be there to fucking support you.
Yeah.
That's literally it. But now it's like, again, what the lesson is here is like, after it, you're like, when's the next one? And once you realize, it's like, once you go through the emotions and go through this experience for yourself, and the more you do that, it's like, okay, like, fuck, I was so fucking scared and all this sort of stuff, but now I feel so fucking good. I need more of that. And this is when you really sort of start to put yourself in those situations. Like I said, it's like, when I went to that Jordan Belfort dinner, it's like, I was so fucking uncomfortable. But it's like, I hated the moment in the time. Again, all the external, what are people thinking of me, etc. Like, I went through it, but I'm like, I was aware enough to be like, I fucking needed that. I had to go through that. I'm so fucking scared, but like, and I actually kind of hated it in the moment, but I'm like, I need this. Then after, it's like, okay, like, I need to put myself in more of those situations.
Yeah.
And people sort of say, it's like, oh, I don't want to speak on camera, and how you're so confident these days. Like, it's just from doing the thing. It's just literally from doing the thing. But like, this is where the growth is. So it's like, when I'm back in that situation, you reflect on it. Like, what's a question I could have asked someone so it's not so awkward to open a conversation? Like, what's 3 questions when I go into that room next that I'm going to ask? So it's like, you just, by putting yourself in these situations, like, this is where the growth is. And this is where so many people are afraid to step into it and just step into the arena and have a go. Like, most people, I said before, that most people just a feather in the wind, no purpose. They're just going through life in a reactive, low energy state. And this is an unfulfilling life. I just truly can't see, and I don't think anyone can convince me otherwise, that like, you just, without doing this, you can't be fulfilled. How can you, if you're not working on yourself, breaking through barriers, becoming stronger, getting a stronger mindset? As I say, we're going into a very dangerous negative world. Like, this is to become a stronger version of yourself and have control of the one thing that only you can control is your mind. And most people don't. This is what the system is coming for you every single day, is to take control of the one thing that you have is your mind. And this is the dangerous part of ChatGPT. I believe this is their end goal. It's literally so that you're already walking around like a feather in the wind, but then you can't even think for yourself. You'll be like, you'll go to ChatGPT. It's like, oh, like, should I do this? Should I reply this in this text? Like, what should I do? You can't even think to yourself, and you're not even going to go back and like rely on your intuition, your gut feeling. This is what I believe is going to be under attack. But for the people out there, we're talking to the go-getters, the A players that are listening to this podcast, is I truly believe it's like the ones that are stepping out, becoming the 10.0 version of themselves, putting down their fucking phones and just like getting back their mindset, their presence, their calmness, everything, getting out there and communicating with people, starting relationships. Like, this is what's going to be the ultimate flex in the next coming years. I really, really, truly believe. But yeah, to wrap that up, this has just been like just such an amazing experience. Like, for me to watch you go through this, to see this, like, I think we needed this as well for ourselves, for everything. And it's like, you just keep hitting these ceilings. You might feel like you're at, stage 1 right now, but like, each little level, there's levels. Each little thing you're going to go to, it's like, it's ceiling. And it's like, new doubts, new fears. Like, it doesn't stop. It's a forever like flywheel that like you're opting into, but like, you really got to like allow yourself to opt into this. Cause it's like, okay, like, I want to be on that flywheel, or else I'm going to be on the other flywheel where it's just like, I'm a feather in the wind. I can't think for myself. Everyone's just fucking overpowering me. It's like, I'm bored. I'm unfulfilled. I'm lazy. Like, that's just, you pick or choose. It's really this or that. But challenge yourself today. Again, don't have the big grand plan. Just, if it even is for yourself stepping in the gym, if it even is like, just being aware of the little habits, because like everything great is going to come. Like, you got to change the habits first. Like, forget like a financial investment. Like, there's so many things where you're just changing the habits. Just start to challenge yourself, whether it is just speaking on camera, go and speak on the camera right now. Like, just go and do the thing. Like, once you do it, it's like, holy shit, that actually wasn't even that bad. Like, I want to do more of that. And it's actually a positive reaction. Michaela walked in. What are people going to think? Whatever. Oh, I'm going to be the lightest lifter in the room. And people are like, let's go, Michaela, amped up. It's like, holy shit, didn't expect that. I want more of this. Like, once you go and speak on camera and people say like, Oh my God, thanks so much for sharing that. Oh my God, I actually relate to that. Thank God you fucking said that. Like, who are you? Where have you been my whole life? You go, wow, didn't expect this. And you just want to go do more of it. So that's a wrap today. I want to keep it nice and simple, but just go out there, challenge yourself. This is where the growth is. This is where it is. We just pick one small little thing you can do today. Have the best freaking day ever. Chat soon.